let me just give a brief intro, right? Now, SAP is basically comes under the ERP technology platform, right? So what does ERP stands for? Enterprise
Resource
Resource
plan.
Planning, right? Now, what is the need of that? What was the purpose of coining this particular concept and technology? See, before that, what was the thing? There was only the file processing system, the DBMS system, right? So wherein the data could be handled by different companies and all by using the file. Then there came the database, right? So in the database, to some extent, there was the thing that we could create the tables in the more effective form. We could store the data in the more effective form as compared to the file system, right? Now, what is there? That time, I'm talking about somewhere in 1970s, right? Huh. So that even previous to that also. So there, that time, there were majorly the mills, the production companies, production mills and all that, all across the globe. So what is there? It was very, very hard to keep a track of all these business processes, how much in the mill that has been manufacturing. And I'm talking about the concept came actually started from the Second World War, where the inventory has to be calculated, how much has to be distributed and all that, right? So what is there? There is a huge track to keep manually. So majority of the employees and majority of the manpower was involved in just keeping a track of whatever is the production, how much we are selling it out, how much we are storing, how much got stale, or how much it is getting replenished and whatever, right? So this particular ERP comes with a concept wherein it stands for enterprise. So what do you understand by enterprise? It's a huge business organization, right? Any business organization which is doing certain kind of business, be it the production business, be it the any other service-based business, but that time it was all production type business, right? So any organization which is mainly into some core kind of business, right? And having multiple resources, right? And having multiple manpower, right? So those are considered as the enterprises, a huge business organization, mid-level industries, high-level industries and all that. What is resource, right? Now, let me just give you with a practical case scenario. Resource, let's say if you people have to supposed to start a business, right? You have to start your own startup and all. What all you want, what all you need to start up your business?
The manpower, material.
Correct. Manpower, material.
Places to work.
Yeah. So you can say infrastructure.
Investment.
Right. Where you can keep your production machinery or something else, right? Then the foremost important thing.
Data.
Data. Yeah, the data is there, definitely. But initially, you do not have data if you have to start, right? You have to collect the data. How you are going to procure all these things, manpower, material, machinery?
Capital, maybe?
Money, right? Yeah.
Money.
Money or capital you need, right, for maintaining this, right? Then let's say that time it was majorly production industries and majorly the mills and everything. So obviously, if you are manufacturing something in machinery in the plant, So definitely it has to be sold out, correct? So another resource was strong marketing, right? You need a marketing skill. So if your product is okay, but your marketing is good, definitely the sales is high, right? So marketing is being there. So think more. And now you both are starting same type of business in different locations, right? So definitely your Deeptajit's methodology, the way of running a business may be different from her, right? So what is there that every company, be it any kind of company, they maintain their own methodologies, own concept of running the business, right? So that methodology. This is it, right? So what are these are certain common types of resources. There are many other resources, but these are, we say that these are the major resources through which you can run a business, right? You can execute a business, you can do whatever is there. Now, and so what ERP says that managing these types of resources for a business, right? Streamlining it, right? And integrating with these resources and taking out the maximum benefit from these resources is the ERP concept, right? So planning, what the planning says that optimization and proper utilization of these resources for generating maximum benefit for a particular company, right? So that has been there, correct? Now, what is there? Definitely, since we are talking about large companies, we are not talking about any of the small or mid-scale company. So what is there when we talk about a large company? Definitely, to manage each of these resources now, we need a separate department, correct? So one separate entity who is going to handle all these things, right? So what is there that here each of the organization is distributed into the sub units or sub working departments, sub organization, those who are handling each of the resource independently, though they are integrated with each other, right? Now, if I talk about, in order to obviously manage the capital, so we have the finance department, right? Finance. So what this finance department will do, it will take care of all the money matters, all the debit and credit transaction, the journals, the account book, right? The yearly planner, budget allocation, whatever you say in the salary and everything, that is being taken care by this finance department, right? Now, this finance department, it's the part and parcel of the company, right? So what you do, what the company does, that this is one subunit or sub-channel of the company, but it is going to integrate with other departments. So other departments, like if I talk about material or purchasing department, right? Purchasing. So this purchasing department deals with what? Purchase, in any company, what a purchasing department does?
Purchase anything.
It purchases anything. It can purchase anything. It can purchase the raw materials. It can purchase any semi-finished materials. It can purchase the machinery. It can purchase anything, right? Which is required for the production purpose, correct? Right? So what is there now? How this purchasing department will work in integration with finance, right? So here, if you see, the purchasing department, let's say, has to procure 1,000 pieces of some raw material, 2,000 pieces of certain semi-finished product, and 3,000 or pieces of some other raw materials, right? So from where they will get the money? Definitely from the finance, right? It has to be an integration. So what the purchasing department will do in general, they will send one document, a requisition, that we need the budget allocation. We need the procurement for these types of material, and this is the budget. Now, from whom they are going to procure? Definitely, there might be some vendors, right? Or suppliers, you can say. So for each of the company, what is there? There are certain suppliers associated. There are certain vendors who are associated, who are the third party, but they have to deal with this, right? So the vendors or the suppliers, right? So this. Now these vendors and suppliers, though they are the external entities, but the purchase department is regularly in connection with them. Why? Because they will be asking for what? The best quotation, correct? Right. So whosoever gives the best quotation, the material will be procured. Now, all these things, the work process, like connecting with the vendors, providing the materials, blah, blah things, that all is being taken care by purchasing department. But who will allocate the budget? Who will just finalize the thing? The finance department, right? And once the vendor will supply the thing, the allocation of resources, the money, right, that is being taken care by finance department. So the vendor can reach out to the finance department to have get the payment done, right? Is this much is clear to both of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Now what is there? So similarly, there are rest of the departments also, right? So if I talk about the sales, right, or the production. So definitely the production, if I have to produce something, so what I will seek about, I will seek for the raw materials. I have machinery, but I have the raw materials. I need the raw materials. From where I am getting the raw materials? From the purchasing department, right? So there is an integration between the production and the purchasing department also. But there are certain other sub departments also. Let's say in between there comes a warehouse department, because once you purchase something, right? So if we are talking about a very huge company, if there are 5,000 pieces are coming, where you will keep? You will not store at the corporate office. You will neither store in the production. You will rather store in somewhere which is known as a warehouse, the inventory, right? So there. So here comes the role of the warehouse. So when the vendor supply the material, so he does not directly give to the purchasing department. He gives just the a list of things which has been given to that. The delivery of this particular thing is being stored in the purchase warehouse after checking for the QC check. Getting the point? Quality check. Then only this is, and once it has been approved, then only the payment is delivered. Correct? Then similarly, so the production has been done. Once the production has been done, definitely the role of marketing comes, right? The role of selling comes, right? So now we have sales and marketing department here, right? Sales department, marketing department, who takes care of selling your products, correct? So again, if the product has to be sold out and it is being sold out to the customers, so definitely the product will be picked up from the warehouse or not. Integration is there. So there are so many integration in the department. This is I'm just telling a very small cycle, right? So this way the things are integrated with each other. Then marketing is there. Then this sales and marketing department, they are connecting with the customers. Huge set of customers are there. We are continuously doing the marketing to increase the business, and also many business activities are getting involved into this even day-to-day transaction, correct? Right? So in order to manage this, all that mess up and all that, right, there is a frequent exchange of documentation, approvals, disapproval between two or more departments, right? Each of the department has to coordinate and integrate with each other. Let me give you example. Let's say there is a selling, the company receive a selling order of, let's say, 1,000 pieces, right? Now, those 1,000 pieces, first of all, the selling department has to check from the warehouse, right? Whether those many pieces are there or not before placing the order. Let's say they place the order, right? And in the warehouse, you do not have, right? So there will be an urgency of manufacturing the thing. There will be a everything will be a mess up, because immediately then there will be a requisition placed to the purchasing to for the raw material. Then the production will be involved, finance will be involved, and definitely there might be the chances of getting the business delayed or losing the business, right? So for these type of things, the conventional operating system, the conventional database does not work at all, right? Because it has its own limitation, right? So we need such a system, we need such a robust technology which can collaborate all these departments and the external resources also, like vendor, supplier, bank, any other third-party tool, and which gives us the flawless execution of the business without any 0.01 precision, with 0.00 precision. Is this point clear to all? Correct?
Yes,
Doubt?
ma'am.
So let me just, I'm just sharing all the slide to your WhatsApp group so that you can recall, and this is. So the next thing, okay. So this is what we are having. Now let me take you to this particular slide. Is my slide visible? Is my slide visible?
No, ma'am.
No, one second. Okay, now see here. Let me just give you a briefing. This is all the thing for one day, but I'm not going to teach all that slide by slide, right? So this is just a need for introduction. Just go through with the definition, please. Correct? Shall we proceed? Now, so this is what the definition of ERP. Now, here the concept of ERP is there, wherein this ERP is handling with many of the things. It can handle manufacturing, project management, service, right, sales and marketing, human resource. So all the resources of the business can be handled easily by ERP. Not only this, ERP can handle the e-commerce platform portals, right? Customer mobile apps, because now we are into the next generation era. Long back when SAP came into existence in 1972, these things were not there, right? Internet was not there. So that time the business situation was totally different. But now we are into the next generation. So we place the order by the mobile, right? So majority of the companies are having their own apps from which you do shopping, right? So this is what we are having, right? So this is all that earlier that was the file management system, and then there came the data management system and all that. But still, it was very hard, and in order to keep the control for keeping the track of all the business requirement and the integration, right? So this got failure, right? Okay, so this you all know, functional system and all, so I'm not dealing with this. Okay, now here, see, this ERP concept, now that's what I'm saying, that from 1945, when there was a difficulty in tracking down the system, when the computer came, after that, gradually this came on, and then you can see 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, how the ERP process is going on. So manufacturers develop basic materials, Then more manufacturers, MRP. MRP stands for Material Requirement Planner. So earlier the industries were like that, right? Then there came a proper ERP system in 1990s, right? Enterprise Resource Planning. And then ERP2 came in 2000 somewhere. Then that was 2010, there is a next generation wherein we started putting the business onto the cloud, right? So nowadays everything is on the cloud base, right? So what is there then? Everything has been changed, right? Okay, now this is all, these are the live case scenarios that I will share the slide, right? So how it is to be done. Now there is one thing. They are, now let me take this so you all can read later. Now you are placing the order from Amazon, Myntra and all that. So you are placing the order from Amazon, right? Now tell me from step by step, when you are placing the order, and let's suppose you are getting login and sign up for the first time, which department you think is being involved into that? You are signing up for the first time to Amazon. So what do you think Amazon company ka kaun sa department will be there? Who is taking care of the customer sign-ups, logins?
Background people. And those who sees all IT stuff.
But programming is always there. That is for all the departments, right? So, but I'm talking in the sense of functional department. Which department takes care? The way, let's say, for purchasing, right? All the suppliers and vendors, they deal with the purchasing department, right? They do not come directly to the finance department or the production. So they have, if the vendors have to be dealt, there is a purchase department. So if the customer has to be dealt, which department can be there?
Customer care.
Customer care. And customer care is part and parcel of which department? Can I say sales? Sales, right? Sales. Why? Because why the customers are there? What for the customers are doing in the company, right? They are meant for selling, right? We are selling our product to the customers. So the sales department, and that is also true the customer care, right? CRM department, right? So they take care, but not exactly the CRM department, majorly the sales department and finance department. Why finance? Customer care will come later. Now listen. The sales department, definitely, because customers are directly connected to the sales department, because sales is selling something to the customer. Why finance? Because when you are signing up, you enter your bank transactions, right? Bank details, right? That from this mode, I'm going to pay, this mode, so your account is being maintained in both the ways, in the finance also as a customer book, and in the sales also as a customer. Getting the point? So the same data will be shared by both, right? The finance people will deal with the customer account, which is the regular account. So what you do when you place the order in your regular web portals, e-commerce, so already your card number is there. Your UPI is already there. So you need not have to enter again and again. All your credentials are there, your anniversary, birthdays, everything is being there, right? And accordingly, the sales department keeps on giving you the different offers and whatever. Okay. So this is what is there. So for the first time when you are signing up, majorly the sales department, and the rest of the banking information is being stored by the finance department, right? Then, okay, you signed up. Then you started browsing, and some of now when you are browsing, let's say if you are selecting some items to be placed as an order, from where you are selecting the items, which department you think has been involved? we have the cart, right? From the cart, I keep on choosing, right? I pick and add it to the cart. I like that. And there is a catalog of the company which has been displayed on your screen. So this price, this item, this price, this company, this price, correct? From where you are getting all that thing? Hmm? Think.
From those companies who are marketing in that Amazon.
Correct. Marketing. Right. So now, first of all, the marketing has been there, but the stocks I'm talking about, because let's say here I'm supposed to buy a pair of purse, right? I need to buy two purses or a pair of jeans. So it is showing, sometimes it shows now that only few pieces are left, only one piece left in the stock. So that comes from the warehouse, right? So I can say that when we are moving in the catalog, so there is a display from the warehouse, right? Warehouse. Then you add it to the cart. Then you are now placing the order. So what you will do next? Tell me.
After placing the order, means they will ask our address, I guess. The address details will put.
Address, delivery address, right?
Delivery address.
Billing address, delivery address, and all. Delivery address. So what is there? Now next department comes as the delivery department. Again, this delivery is a sub department of your sales itself, right? So that logistic department takes care of where, what is the delivery address, where you want to make it. Sometimes we want to gift it. So my billing address is something else, delivery address is something else, correct? So all that taken by this logistic department, which will take care of picking your stuff from the warehouse or from some other vendor, XYZ vendor, and then delivering it to your house, right? Okay. After the delivery address, what will they do?
After delivery address, they will ask means what it say? Means cash on delivery means payment type. How you want to payment? Cash on delivery or do it online or something like that.
Yeah, correct. So they will ask you for this, right? So they will ask for payment terms, right? So whether you opt for UPI, cash on delivery, card, whatever, all these things, there only you will get to know the discounts and all. Okay, this is what the add-on discount is there. This is the coupon code and blah, blah things, right? So this payment terms, payment, billing, right? So which department do you think will come into practice now?
Finance department.
Great. Finance department. So the finance, now here, the sales department will forward the things to the finance department. Okay, this is what we need to do the processing. So all the money transactions takes care by the finance department. So you can see how the transition is happening from one department to another department just on 2-3 clicks, which you do in your e-commerce site, right? Then once the payment has been done, then what? This delivery will come again. So this delivery logistic is again the part of the sale. So they will pick your item, right? So there is a process of picking, packing, delivery, right? So it will pick your item from the warehouse, they will pack it and they will transport it, right? This all will take care, right? Once it is being transported to you, what next? What next? You receive the material, then finish.
And they will ask for the review means how much review.
Correct. The reviews, right? The feedback, the reviews, or if
Feedback.
a product is somewhere damaged, you can ask for return and replacement, right? Which department you think that is taken care by? Hmm.
Sales department.
Sales department only, but it's a it's a subordinate for the sales, which is CRM, customers relationship, right? So here, customer care, customer relationship, whatever you say, there are in ways. So they take care of all that feedback and return policy replacement. So when there is a defect, even we go to some retail shop, then there is something to be altered or replaced. What they say, ma'am, you go to the customer care desktop desk, and then they will be doing creating some note for replacement, and then you can replace it, right? So there is always a procedure. There is a process. We cannot break the chain of the whatever the policy of the doing the business will all remain same for all the type of enterprises of the same kind. The only thing that the methodology can be changed, right? The some companies offer cash on delivery, some do not. If someone is offering the cash on delivery, then they are giving no discount. So for every company, there is a certain set of rules to be implemented. Okay. Now, so till now, I think you would have understood that what is the role of the business departments in each of the company in the enterprise. And ERP is meant for managing all that process to automate the business, right? Which is not the easy task. And even if we talk about all the multinational companies like Amazon India, you think it's a huge business chain for e-commerce, right? You talk about Nike is all worldwide. So I'm talking about those big companies whose business is very, very large and expanded. And so we have to take care of that, right? Okay, now coming to SAP. Now, what is the full form of SAP? Any one of you can tell?
Systems, applications, and product. Applications and product.
Okay, yes. So this is system, application, and products in data processing, right? Now, this is, as you know, that it's a German-based software, right? It started in year 1972 by five ex-IBM engineers, German engineers were there, right? Who just started with all that stuff. They started by developing, and gradually they started by MRP1, MRP2, ERP, right? ERP R2 system, ERP R3 system, SAP R3 system. So those were the things. So that we will all talk later, right? So that has been there. Now, what are the features of SAP, right? What an SAP is offering, which other softwares are not offering. And you won't believe there are so many other ERP packages, because ERP is a concept. So there are so many other packages in SAP, which in ERP, which are prevailing in the market, right? So we have Oracle, you have PeopleSoft, we have JD Edwards, we have BAN, Navision. Navision is from Microsoft, right? And then we have PeopleSoft, Zoho CRM. So many, hell lot of things. But till the date, no one came at par as of what SAP is at. Because in ERP, if we're talking about that, so SAP is at number one. And it's one of the most leading IT company among all the three. So we have Google, Facebook, and then we have SAP this way. Huh? So what is the reason behind this? Why SAP is still at number one in the ERP services, right? So let's discuss about that, right? SAP is an international software, though it started, it's a German base, but it is internationally renowned. So it is worldwide, and it is offering you the ERP solutions, the software package in 14 different languages, multi-national languages or international languages. Right, that has been there. So you can convert the things over there. Second, it's a ready-made package, right? It's a half-cooked thing, right? So SAP is basically like half customized software, right? What does that mean? Since unlike any other programming language, what is the difference between the programming language and this SAP software is that the programming languages has to be written from the code. So if any application you have to develop, you have to write your program from the scratch, right? You have to develop that project. But here in SAP, since it's a business software, remember every time you have to remember that this we are learning the business, right? So now this half-cooked software is providing you many business standard applications. So whatever the applications, the documents are being required to exchange between these departments. So all the applications are already being developed, right? So you need not have to create anything from the scratch, correct? So many predefined applications, predefined GUI applications, right? To run the business. So whatever the day-to-day exchange of the document has been there, that has been already been there. Let's say if the customer is placing order, you need to create a sales order, right? So when the customer is placing order, there is a sales order. So the sales order application is already been there. The customer is getting enrolled, signed up. So his information has to be created. Already one document is there. So one has to do just entry, it's all done, right? So being an technical developer in SAP, you need not have to create anything from the scratch, right? Everything is being pre-customized, right? Also, it offers various backend tables, database tables. It's already been there because if you have application in the backend, in order to store the data for those application, you have the database tables, which has again already been defined, right? That has been there. Now, what next? It is readily compatible with most of the operating systems, right? So it's very much compatible with all type of operating system, be it Windows, Linux operating system, right? Unix operating system, this all is very much compatible. So the adaptability is more. So if any company is seeking for SAP implementation, they need not have to change their operating system software. No, whatever it is, let them, we can just implement into that, correct? Similarly, it is readily compatible with most of the databases. Why do we need database here?
To store all the records.
Correct. So obviously we are doing these many business transactions, and every transaction is required to be stored. If you are doing one sales for the company is storing all your sales data. So when you go and check your profile, all the last 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, all the whatever the purchases you have done with the company, that is all coming. Right. So the company maintains the data, all the business transactions, whatever is happening in the company has to be recorded, because In order to run the business, the data is the foremost important thing. So we need some robust data to store the data effectively. That we will talk later when we will start programming and all more, right? So it is compatible with almost all the good databases, Oracle, DB2, Ingress, Sybase, and it has its own database also, which is HANA database. So in year 2010, somewhere, HANA has been introduced as their own proprietary database. So since then, they started implementing the HANA also, right? So it is one of the leading database in the market now, okay? Okay, apart from that, the
Are you
applications,
are you
right?
typing something and showing to us, because I can still see your slide?
I'm just writing. I just asked that, oh my God. Yeah, I'm just writing. This entire page I have filled up. Wait, let me just share once again. I'm just, oh my God, you are talking.
I'm making my own notes, so it's okay, but I thought.
Okay, that is also okay, but this is what I wrote till so far,
Okay.
right? Yeah. So here, what I was talking about, huh? Huh. So now, not only this, the SAP is widely been focusing on not only the business like premise environment, on-premise environment solution. On-premise matlab that if we are logging with a particular SAP system, we need the software, we need the portal, we need the login credentials and all, right? So earlier SAP was more into on-premise system that where in order to access SAP software, the employees have to come to the office to log in with their. Now, since the again the business is growing, it is expanding. The companies want the solution within the fraction of seconds, irrespective of whether the employee has been there or not, right? So what they are doing, that they are again focusing more on the application, app development, right? So apart from on-premise solutions, it is more on web-based development of the entire software, so that anyone from anywhere can access web-based development, mobile-based solution, right? So nowadays, what is the trend of having the mobile apps, right? So every company is maintaining their own apps. So SAP is also into that. So what they are doing, they are developing the mobile apps for the company, from where the employee can sit and he can place the sales order, right? He can raise the invoice, the supplier can raise the invoice for the company. We can check the delivery, we can place the stock transport, everything we can do, right? So this is what is more. Okay, now this is full. Let me just share with one more slide. Okay, so not only this, right? Now coming to the next point, all the applications, whatever is being developed, right, in SAP, they all are in developed in ABAP language, right? ABAP, which we are going to learn, Advanced Business Application Programming. So today we are going for the concept only, and then gradually from tomorrow I will be switching you people to the programming, right? So this is what ABAP is there, and it is a 4th generation language. So 4th generation, if you have doubt for the 4th generation, go and check Google what are the features of 4th generation language. So the commands are easy. It is compatible with almost all the databases. The SQL operations are easy to use over here. So all the data can be performed operations easily on the ABAP platform, right? Okay, next. When it started now in 70s, 80s till 90s, majority of the companies were production based only, right? The mills, the factories, the manufacturing unit and all. Gradually after 90s now, there came the this call center kind of thing, right? Customer based service. So they are more into the customer, focusing more on the customer. So they came up with the customer department, right? CRM department. Then gradually they made one big call centers were there at that time, managing with purely on the customer thing. Then uh, earlier only few of the banks were there, right? Now the privatization is there, many bank businesses there, so many banks are there, right? Why I'm talking all about that? Now let me give you one example. Let's say I'm the bank, okay, and I'm going to come to you people. You people are from SAP, and I am asking, see, I have a banking business. I want SAP to be installed, a normal standard SAP to be installed as a solution in my bank. Whether that standard software will work in my business solution, which is the standard software containing the sales department, marketing department, finance, production, HR, and in this warehouse. So are these departments are going to fit in the banking business?
No.
No? Yes, Deeptajit, what about you?
Mm,
Think. Can we fit the bank business into these standard modules, or what do you think? Can some modules can get fitted into the bank? No.
like data and all that means what you say, daily based transaction, all those records type can be, but don't know
Mhm.
that.
Okay, let me tell. See what happens that banking is somewhat dealing with purely the money transactions. Customer is coming, making a credit, debit, loan department is separate, right? And then recurring department is separate. Investment department is separate. So here it is majorly a money transaction, right? But here we are not producing anything, so the production will not come because the standard department of SAP. To HR department, definitely we can place, because the HR, all the companies need the human resource, right? So that can be configured. CRM to the some extent can be configured, but majorly sales, marketing, production, and inventory, they are not going to work much, right? So what I'm trying to say, or I am from the college, these departments again will not work, the standard departments, production, manufacturing, marketing. So what we are going to manufacture, we are not going to manufacture the students, right? So what SAP has done since in somewhere in 2000s era, they came up with some advertisement that we are going to expand the horizon based on each of the business sector. So now we have CRM sector differently, banking sector is different, right? And hospitality is different, education business is different. So these are different kind of business which has a different aspect of doing business. So the SAP standard ERP system does not match with this. So what SAP started doing with the whatever the type of business they have in the era, they started mapping. They started creating the specific modules for matching those business. So that is the versatility of SAP. They came up with SAP IS solutions, SAP IS solution. Now, can you think that there are so many types of industry? IS stands for industry specific, right? Now, here, if I talk about hospitality, right? So they introduced with this SAP IS hospitality, right? Then retail. So retail markets came into the picture. So we had SAP IS Retail, right? So all your Big Bazaar, Marks and Spencer, right? Shoppers Stop, they are all running on SAP, right? Even many other companies, numerous, like nowadays, more than 98% of the all high-level industries, they are working on SAP, right? So its name is limitless. Education. So in education, they have SAP IS education, out of which IIT, I think IIT Kanpur is one of them to implement, and there are many numerous, right? So can you imagine the versatility of SAP, that for each industry sector, they have created a separate software, right? So that they can match with their business and they can run it smoothly. IS banking, IS banking for the banking sector, IS oil and gas, Unix, Shell Petroleum, they are working on SAP, right? So it's limitless. IS defense, right? Our defense system is implemented on SAP, you know that. So this is very, very huge. So in order to match all the things, we need certain robust programming, so that we can do all that kind of stuff easily to match the requirement, right? Is this much of point is clear to both of you? Correct?
Yes.
So definitely the market share for this is very high, right? And so that is why SAP consultants are more in demand wherever the business industries are being required. So they can be hired easily by the IT companies who are the implementation partners of SAP. They can be easily hired by any of the client also, the companies, production companies, or any other company where SAP is running by their own IT team, right? So the horizon is broad. So what we have to do, we have to just show our caliber, okay? Fine. So now, see, there are so many books you will be getting. So initially, there will be 4 books for TOR, right? This is TOR stands for ABAP Workbench and all. So this is the very first book which you will be getting tomorrow or day after, whatever. So the course curriculum is like here, this is all description, understanding the portfolio of SAP, right? How do we navigate, how do we log into SAP system? What is the internal thing inside the SAP? What are the services, the programs, what are running to run the SAP, right? Then this is all that about till unit 1 to 4. This is all introduction part, right? From unit 5th onward, we will be starting the flow of ABAP program. So what I suggest you people, once you get into, because in Abhi, so we are just done with the little bit of introduction and all, right? So that you can go through with all that stuff. Now, apart from that, these all are the things. So here they are saying that key areas of SAP, uh, these are 3 things: on-premise, on-demand, on-device. On-premise means when we are implementing SAP software is directly to the company, right? So on-site for a company for the installation. If I'm talking about a company, means any large-scale company I'm talking about, which is seeking the SAP installation and SAP services and all. On demand is basically what? That when the entire software is not being required by the company, only few of the modules. Let's say if they say that I need to configure my HR department. So what they will do, they will buy the HR module, limited set, right? So whatever is the demand. So SAP offers the on-demand thing. On device, where your SAP is getting installed, what type of solution you want, whether you want on the desktop, whether you want on the laptop, palm top, or on the mobile apps. So the company sometimes they go for, okay, you just implement for desktops also, and you configure my mobile app also, right? So for that, the charges are different, right? So this is what known as orchestration, wherein based on the requirement of the customer, we just customize our software, correct? So this is what the introductory part. So this you can go through by and by. So you have to do the reading stuff a lot, right? And I hope you both are not working as of now, right? So you can just dedicate your time in studying all that through so that there should not be any backlog. So try to spend at least 2 hours in reading these slides, because at the end of the day, we need to cover the certification and everything comes from this curriculum, right? So I will not be just going through line by line, because it will be, there are too many heavy books. So we'll be going through practicals, whatever as per the topic, and then we can move further. Okay. Fine. So till here it is all clear, whatever we discussed. Any doubt?
Yes.
So do one thing, just take a 2-minute break, revise for another 2 minutes, and then I will be starting here on. Okay. So see here, they are talking about that SAP is offering you different products, right? Based on the nature and size of the company, right? So generally in 1990s, no, SAP came up with SAP ERP, SAP ERP R3, or we say it as SAP R3. R3 stands for, earlier it was in 80s, it was SAP R2. So these are various upgradation which SAP made. R2 stands for real-time two-tier architecture. Right, two-tier architecture, right? So you know the client and the server, client-server architecture. So in R2, it was only the client and the server architecture initially. So therein, the server is used to make store the all the data, as well as here only we used to run the business processes. So anything if we had to run, we used to run over here. And in the client side, the multiple machines were there. So who are working from their workstations, different workstation 1, workstation 2, forming the multi-user environment, and all these multiple users are concurrently interacting with the database and running the business process, something like that, right? But it has its own anomalies that we will discuss later. Now, R3 stands for real-time three-tier architecture, wherein we have 3 layers now. One is the database, another in mid, then they introduce one middle layer as the business logic or present application layer, and this is the topmost layer, which is the presentation layer, right? Now here, so the database, as the name suggests, this is the innermost layer which used to store the data inside that. So whatever the business data, it is going over here. Application layer. So what was there, the drawback in the R2 system, that in one system only, they made the business layer and or application layer and the database layer in the same machine. So which was making it heavy business process, and the machine started responding slow. It was unable to synchronize, right? Because database is very huge, but slow in processing. But we need applications to be executed faster. So there was a desynchronization. So what they did, they made a separate layer over here, wherein in the application layer, one or more application server could have kept, right? Which are purely meant for processing the programs, application, running anything, execution layer, right? So what is there? From the database, it's all meant about storing the database. So the data is being picked and processed in the application layer, right? It is being processed, whatever as per the business requirement. And then finally, it is being sent to the process data is being sent to the presentation layer. Okay, so this presentation layer. This my paint file is visible, no?
A PDF displaying.
Okay, right. And there is a, earlier it was the option of sharing the entire desktop. I don't know why it is happening like this time. Okay, now it is okay. So here this is 2, and here you can see the database layer, application layer, and the presentation layer, right? So there is a transition. Now in the presentation layer, we have many again users sitting to access the SAP system, right? So let's say this is user 1 sitting, user 2 sitting. So many users are sitting. They all are the employees of the company, right, in number of users, and they all are accessing the SAP software, and they are doing their business transactions uh, in order to run their business, right? So this is your R3 system, which consists of database layer, application layer, presentation layer. Remember that, right? So the database is always meant for storing the data in the form of tables, right? So that you know that in the database, we store the data in the tables. Application layer is meant for processing the applications, right? Execution of anything, right? So be it the program, be it anything, we are going to execute here. Now, since there are 2 different layers, they both are working in their own speed. Fetching the data from the database, now application layer is all synchronized. They are the fast servers. So immediately they are executing at the very faster rate, and immediately they are giving the result to the users, right? So hence making the SAP system more faster. Is this point clear to all, both of you? Madhuri?
Yes, ma'am.
Madhuri, what about you? Yeah. Am I audible, Madhuri?
Yes, you are.
So is it clear?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So do one thing. If when I ask, then you just raise the hand from the this thing. So you need not have to unmute again, right? So okay, this is what the thing is. Now the next part. So based on this nature and scope of this, so every SAP we have the different versions of software, right? So in the different versions of software, let's say we have a company which has a very small size company, right? Small size industry and small scale industry. So for them, we offer them a business one software, right? Nowadays it is known as Bharat One also. So this Bharat One software has been allocated, which has the SAP's limited functionality, right? See, it's a very basic thing. When you are using any software, it has all the grades, right? So it has a standard grade. Then you just buy that software with money. It gives you more premium features, right? So it is like that. So all the basic functionality is being provided in SAP Business One. Then the next comes as a software as a SAP Business by Design, right? So business by design is what? That is if the company specifically wants something, right? That is a solution for a specific department, then we will go for this. Then SAP All-in-One, these are meant for more large-scale industries, wherein all the solution for all the departments are needed in full end-to-end solution. So they need all end-to-end implementations and end-to-end business solutions that is being required. So that is known as B2B, right? So that is business to business solutions will be provided if someone is using SAP Business All-in-One. Then comes SAP Business Suite. This is the topmost model of SAP software, wherein apart from the all standard applications which are being offered in SAP All-in-One, end-to-end, plus of more servers, right? More web portals, web-based solution, e-commerce, mobile apps, everything we are giving over here, and this is very costly. So depending upon the company size, number of employees, how much is the elaborated business process for them, right? And what is the budget allocation? Everything depends upon this thing. And then based on that, we as in the business development officer, they go and study and then they propose these kind of solutions that, okay, you can go for this. This is your company size and all that stuff, right? Okay. So this is it. This is a table column which you can read it later, right? So it is giving you the which company should go for which type of solution, so that you can go ahead after the class, right? Okay, this all is not such required that you can read right now. Coming to this part. Okay, now over here, one second, let me again reshare this page. Okay, now over here, see, SAP is a software name, SAP ER, right? This software came into existence in somewhere 1990s, the ERP solution, right? SAP ERP R3, I'm talking about real-time 3-tiered architecture. Now, this is the name of the technology we are going to use. So when the company go for the SAP thing, they need to install the software, definitely, right? Because if we have to work. So for installing the software, the name of the software is SAP ECC, SAP ECC, right? So whenever if we have to install SAP R3, we need to procure SAP ECC product, right? ECC stands for Enterprise Central Component. It's a very huge software, right? So it contains several 10, 12 sets of DVDs, which is containing all the resources and everything has been installed. It takes much of the time to get installed, right? Nearly one day to get everything get installed, right? So it's that huge software, right? So that has been taken care. Now, once the SAP came into the existence of the web-based solution, right? So we are giving the solution of SAP by using the websites and web portals. So generally nowadays, every company is maintaining their web portals and mobile apps. So that feature came in somewhere 1990s or in the world. So that thing, 1990s, sorry, 2000s and all. So that was then the SAP software named as SAP NetWeaver. SAP NetWeaver, right? Why SAP? So from R3, it converted into the NetWeaver, means all the functionalities of R3 are there. Is there, but along with the internet capabilities, internet development capabilities. So you know, Deepajit, that Java, if you are doing, so you are mainly getting into that internet coding and all that. So all those stuff has been there, designing the portals, designing web-based solutions, sharing the data over the mobiles and all that. So everything has been there. So and the version kept on growing. So SAP NetWeaver, it started with 7.0, right? So here it grows up, and now we are having SAP NetWeaver 7.6, 7.5, 7.6. These are the things, and many software things are there. So this is what in general I am telling. So which software you are going to use, what you are going to use it. And then in somewhere in 2010, it came with HANA. So now all the SAP system converted into the HANA, powered with HANA database. So SAP S4 HANA, right? So nowadays we are having these kind of system. The only difference between NetWeaver and this S4 HANA, that this S4 HANA system has a HANA database in the backend, Whereas still here, there were some other databases working in the backend, right? And a little bit of minute changes will be there in the HANA system and all. Okay. Okay, so these are certain points. Let me just see what next to be taught. The features of ABAP. Right. So this all the slides and all the little bit of things here. Now the system core. This navigation, I will take you. Madhuri, you have any doubt?
Yes. So when you were explaining about the whole why SAP is the leading in the industry, you gave certain features about SAP, right? So those features are already so like Oracle also has their own database. They have customized applications for each department. Then why people are going with SAP and not with Oracle?
Because see, one thing that it is one of the primitive thing, and Oracle is offering the standard solutions like finance. In Oracle is good in finance, right? All the standard features are there. But when we talk about the industry specific thing, that has not been there. Oracle has maintaining their own database, but the integration of SAP with other technologies, right, is far better than Oracle, right? So if I talk about third-party integration, that is better in SAP. If I talk about Adobe, so there are many third-party tools which we use in SAP to design the solution as well. That is missing there, right? And definitely that again, something which is primitive has the name over there. And the best part is that they are offering the industry specific solution, which Oracle has not started as of now, right? So this is okay. Now, next is the system core. So this is all architecture and all. Let me take you quickly, and then from tomorrow we will be starting ABAP. So today you just bear with the theory. I know it's quite boring, but can't help. Right. Now, this is what we were discussing. You are able to see the PDF, right?
Yes.
So see, it's all about client server technology, because why? The data is being stored in the database, right? So that is becoming your server, which is providing the data. Who are clients? The employees of the company, those who are seeking the data, the business solution processing of the data, they are the clients, right? So it's all dependent upon that, right? So when we talk about a client server architecture, R2 architecture, R3 architecture, they all are connected with LAN, WAN, and all that, right? So in SAP, it's not at all necessary that all the things are being provided under one infrastructure. Maybe it is possible that your server room may be in Bangalore, but your this development area may be in Hyderabad or maybe in Mumbai. So that has been there, right? So they may be geographically separated, each of the department, and which we can connect with the LAN or WAN, right? So that has been there. Okay. Now look over here. This is this figure is basically telling you all the three layers for SAP. Right now, see. So this we have the database layer, database where we are running our database processes for retrieving the data, doing the operations on the data and all. Then we have the application layer. It is also known as application processes. So one or more application servers can be installed. Internet, that we will talk later, because nowadays we are more into the web-based services. So that internet layer has been brought, and the presentation layer, multiple clients are sitting. Now here you can see two tier. So in the two tier, what they made, that we already discussed, that the database and application processes they have clubbed together in one single machine, hence making it overburdened, right? So the system was getting slow, the responses to the client was getting on the slower. Then they distributed in R3, database is separate, application layer, if the number of users are increasing, these application servers are scalable, they can be increased in nature. Whereas This database, remember, there is always a central database. There is only one database which is storing the data. This is not scalable, right? So all the scalable application servers are connected to the database here, right? And these application servers, let's say there are 200 employees in the company. Each of, let's say, has been segregated. Let's say first the 75 are been working over here. The next 50 are working over here. The next set of employees are working in the application server third. So they all are integrating and hence managing the load distribution. Point clear? Now, so their applications are running over here, and hence in this presentation process, this is known as end user layer. End user layer. Why? Because whatever the applications are running, they are delivering the output to the users. Those are known as end users, and they can see that. Then the last is the multi-tier, which is nowadays operative, wherein we have the all these things, but add-on internet layer to run our web-based application. Clear? And this, rather than the standalone system, we can have the web browsers from where we can run and we can log into the portal and we can run from anywhere in the world, right? So this is what is there. You can read all these things later on, right? Single, 2-tier, 3-tier, and all that stuff, right? Okay. Now coming over here. Now see. Now, if you see this, this is a typical snapshot for the entire SAP system instance, right? So when I talk about an instance in programming language or in this SAP, an instance can be as small as the set of memories into the size of KBs. It can be as big as the server, right? So depending upon the need of the thing, we have the variation from small to high. Now here we are dealing with large data. So we have many instances over here as a system. So this is my central database. In the application layer, these computer system which we keep on adding time to time based on the allocation of the resources and distribution of the number of increasing users, these are known as the instances, right? So here you can see the different instances are written, and this is this thing. Now here the instances are broadly being classified into two. Let me know if you miss out something and you do not understand.
When you are saying the instance, are you referring to data?
I'm referring to a system.
System.
Right, a system. That or a memory allocation, right? And that memory allocation can be restricted to a similar some KBs, MBs also, or it can be as big as a big machine, right? Depending upon the nature of data we want to store, right? Instance is nothing but the allocation or the memory, okay? Now, here I am talking about big data or a machine instance, right? So an instance, let me write the definition also. An instance can be referred as memory area used to store and run the application. So obviously we need the memory, right, to either store or run my application. For that also we need the memory, right? So there are certain instances. Now in the application layer, these instances are as big as one machine, right? So these instances, if I talk about in the application layer, are broadly being classified as central instances and dialog instances. Okay. Now, what is a central instance? A central instance is that machine which allocated primarily, right? So that is named as primary application server, right? So among all the server, let's say in application layer, due to huge load, there are 3 application servers being allocated. The very first one and the is made as primary application server, right? In the primary application server, the central services are running, right? Central services. What are these? That we will discuss later. These central services are common to all the application servers residing in that layer, right? So they are in common to all. So all the central services, whatever it is running for every server. Okay. So that has been there, right? Centrally it is running. So central service, centrally it is running. Okay. So central services, they control this entire application layer. Now, after that, the add-on services has been added just because that the number of users and the transactions are increasing. So they added. So let's say this server 1. So that is known as additional application server, right? Let's say this is 01 and this another, if they added, if the number of users and processes increases, they added one more. So it's all scalable. It is not that let initially ही मैंने सारा add कर दिया, नहीं. Gradually we keep on adding, right? And then what is there here? So here in the additional application services server, some dialog instances are running. Dialog instances. And they are multiple in nature. So here in the primary application, mainly the central service is running. If the space is left, इसमें हम dialog services भी run कर सकते हैं, right? Or dialog services बोल लो, you say it as dialog instances, that is all right. But here in additional application server, only the dialog instances are running. Now, what is this dialog instance? Central instances is controlling centrally this entire application server, and it is just commonly used by all the server. What is that dialog? Now assume you have one database, but many users, right? 200 users are there, one database, right? And continuously they are sending the queries, and what happens if we do not manage this properly, definitely the system will start getting hanged up, right? So in that case, that is why these servers, additional application servers are being added, wherein the dialog instances take care of especially the movement, the interaction with the systems, right? So the dialog instances used to create an interaction or interface between presentation server and presentation server and application server. Second, application server and database server. So the more dialog instances we have, the more speed we will get, right? Because if there are so many dialog instances, definitely everyone will occupy some set of users and they will do it, the multitasking, and gradually the speed will be. Is this point clear to all? Right. So let's say you people, understand multitasking, multi-threading. No? Simple है. आप क्या होता है जब हम कोई लैपटॉप लेते हैं तो we just buy highest processor, right? ठीक है, so we buy 8th generation and then quad core, dual core. Why we are buying that? Because if we are taking quad core, the number of processors are more, right? Which will process multiple application at the same time. Okay, even in the mobile also, we are taking more GB wala. So obviously, all the applications can run smoothly. So the more something, obviously, the more easy to execute. The more simple it is, faster it is there to execute. Point is clear. So if I have more dialogue services, it will quickly accept the queries from the user. It will quickly process and it will quickly send the request to the database to fetch the data. उसको फटाफट fetch करके वापस दे देगा. Point is clear. So in one system, we have multiple dialogue services, but one central service only, which will control this entire operation. This point is clear to everyone, both of you.
Can you give a real-time example and explain what will be the dialogue instance in that scenario? Like if I'm purchasing something online, then what happens and what is the central service running there and what is
Let's say there is one application, let's say sales orders, right? Now sales orders has to be created on a daily basis. Let's say at the end of the day, whosoever customer are making the orders and buying something, so the executive of the companies, they started making all these sales order, right? So 50 sales order he has to make. Another user is there who also have to make 20 sales order. So this much of a large amount of data obviously has to be processed immediately and on a faster rate. Let's say I have less memory, I have less service in the system. So definitely each application will take more time, okay, to get updated into the database, right? So the more the number of dialog processes we have, to run one single application, multiple dialog will be operating at the same time and doing the multi-threading. In the operating systems, we have multi-threading ना कि एक application को execute करने में 2-3 services are being applicable. So it will execute it at the faster rate, right? Or if I am doing the bank transaction, if my bank server is slow, so what we say, Arya, this is down, right? It's not working. My government bank server does not work actually, right? So why it is not working? Because they have not implemented a better server. They have not taken a better space. So the services are less. So that is why the speed is less. So this is what. If you go for IRCTC, you try to book a rail ticket. It takes lot of time just to uploading, refreshing. Why? क्योंकि services वैसी ज़्यादा upgraded नहीं है. And there are so many people all across the India at one time. पता नहीं कितने लोग they are just booking the ticket. So we need more services to run the system. This kind of, right? Clear है? So that is why the more the dialog services, more frequently they will accept the query from the user, more faster rate it will execute their queries, and more soon they will give the output to the user. Okay? Hence, there is no wait for the business operation. So definitely my business will increase now. I do not have to wait. Okay? Why we are opting for nowadays the private banks? Because of the services. They are providing us better service than the government bank. So that is why we are going. Okay. Chalo. ठीक है. I think this is enough for today's session. Or shall we consume another 10 minutes?